The diner buzzed with laughter, the clinking of coffee cups, and the golden glow of a perfect afternoon. But in one cruel heart-stopping instant, that warmth shattered. A sharp laugh rang out, followed by the splash of cold water. The entire room froze. A glass had tipped, sending a wave of water cascading over a young pregnant woman quietly sitting in the corner booth. Her pancakes trembled on the plate as she gasped, water streaming down her face and soaking her clothes. The waiter who'd done it, his name tag read Brad, chuckled with his friends, their blue uniforms catching the light as they mocked her. What they didn't know, what they couldn't possibly imagine, was that the woman they just humiliated wasn't just another customer. She was the wife of a man walking through that very door. A man who had once ridden with the Hells Angels. A man who had traded his past of fury and fire for love. Welcome to Pure Hub Kindness, where every story reminds us that compassion still has power. Her name was Grace Holloway. 7 months pregnant, tired, and missing her husband. Cole, her husband, spent most of his days running a small motorcycle repair shop, doing everything he could to leave his old life behind. Once, he was a feared name in the biker world, but for Grace, he'd promised peace. For their child, he'd promised a better life. Grace came to this diner out of nostalgia. It used to be their spot. Cole would bring her milkshakes here after long rides. Today, she sat at that same chrome-edged booth, tracing her fingers along the table, trying to feel close to him. Then came Brad, annoyed, impatient, all. Because she'd politely asked to have her cold meal reheated. "We're not running a 5-star restaurant," he muttered, dripping sarcasm. Grace looked down, staying calm, the kind of calm only a teacher learns. But when he came back, glass in hand, his smirk said everything. The cold water hit her like an insult made real. The sound echoed, the laughter followed, and Grace just sat there, trembling not from the water, but from humiliation. Every eye in the diner was on her. Some pitied her, others just watched. Then, the bell above the door jingled, the laughter died instantly. 5 men stepped in leather vests, boots heavy against the checkered floor. The Hells Angels patch gleamed on their backs. At the front was Cole Holloway. The moment his eyes landed on Grace, wet, shaking, and tear-streaked, the air changed. His face went pale, then red, his jaw tightened. He didn't yell. He didn't need to. His silence said more than rage ever could. He walked slowly toward her, the others spreading behind him like a storm about to break. The customers could feel the tension ripple through the room. Brad stepped back, his grin gone. His friends stared at the floor. Cole stopped beside Grace, his hand trembling as he touched her shoulder. "Are you all right, sweetheart?" he asked softly. Grace nodded, barely whispering, "I'm fine." But he saw it, the pain behind her brave eyes. Cole turned to Brad, his voice deep, calm, and dangerous. "That's my wife." The words hit like thunder. Brad opened his mouth, but nothing came out. Cole picked up the same glass that had humiliated her, and placed it firmly in Brad's shaking hand. "You think it's funny," he said quietly. "Try laughing now." But before the storm could break, Grace's hand found his arm. "Cole, please," she whispered. "Not like this. Let's just go." Her words softened him instantly. The fury faded, replaced by something else. Pride. Grace rose to her feet, drenched but dignified. Every step she took toward the door felt like reclaiming her strength. Cole took off his leather vest and gently placed it over her shoulders. Then he guided her out, steady and protective. One of the older bikers paused beside Brad. His voice was low. "Gravelly, son," he said. "There are 2 kinds of men in this world, those who laugh at pain and those who learn from it. Don't ever end up on the wrong side again." And then they were gone. The diner sat in complete silence. Days passed, and Brad couldn't shake the image. Grace's quiet tears. Cole's deadly. The shame that hung in the air. It haunted him. Maybe, just maybe, it changed him. Months later, on a rainy morning, Grace returned to the diner. Brad was still there, but something was different. His arrogance was gone, his voice softer. When she sat down, he brought her a cup of hot coffee. "I'm sorry, ma'am," he said quietly, "for everything." Grace smiled, a small, kind smile that said more than words ever could. "We all make mistakes," she said. "It's what we do after that matters." Outside, thunder rolled. But inside that diner, something healed. If this story touched your heart, remember, kindness can change people, even the ones who've lost their way. Please like, share, and subscribe to Pure Hub Kindness, because the world could always use a little more compassion. Now tell us in the comments, do you believe people can truly change when shown kindness?